Hey guys! In today's video we are in the city of Magelang. Here in Indonesia, the city is about an hour north of the city of Yogyakarta on the island of Java, and we are here to explore one of the most beautiful spots here.
And the best thing about wandering aimlessly is that we can find many cute places, like this one. We were passing by, and on the way we thought there was a waterfall very close. So we decided to stop and take a look at it.
And today we plan to go to the village of Nepal Van Java. It's at the foot of a volcano, very close to where we are. And on the way, while looking at the water, we found some really interesting places to visit.
And the first waterfall is right here behind us. And to get to the second one, we only need to walk a few meters. And the second one is already right here behind us. So they are very close to each other. We stopped on the way. We are going to another very beautiful little village here. But we saw that there was another waterfall nearby and we decided to stop. We didn't pay anything. It's right behind a small village, so very few tourists. It's even poorly marked. We couldn't find any indication of where it was exactly, but here we are. And actually there are 2 waterfalls here, and these waterfalls are really beautiful.
And on the way, we decided to pass through Kajoran, which is a very cute village with several rice fields. We managed to get some really beautiful drone footage. And now we stopped by these 2 waterfalls before heading to Nepal or Java, which are 2 very beautiful waterfalls. We only managed to find it on Google Maps. We didn't pay anything to get in, and it was totally worth it.
And we stopped at a little stand. We grabbed a bunch of food. In fact, it was really cheap. We paid 4 days, $4.50 for all of this. But the girl didn't know how to speak either. English, we put it in the translator. In the end, to ask for the price. It was a challenge, but luckily we found a girl who spoke English, so she helped us. Luckily, we're finding a lot of people here who have helped us. When the locals don't speak English, yeah. Even with a translator. Sometimes it's quite difficult to achieve that communication, but so far everything has gone well. So here's this advice for people going to non-touristy places. This is the kind of thing that can happen and will definitely happen. We want to explore different places. People don't go, but if people aren't going, it's because it's difficult. So we're going to face difficulties. Yeah, but in the end, it will be worth it. Eating cheap and delicious street food. This is what we ordered. It's a stuffed tofu, one of the typical dishes here. And one of the best things we've eaten here in Indonesia. And it's really good. We bought this, another appetizer here. Rice wrapped in banana leaf. And the girl who was helping us said it has tofu inside. We've already tried one of these here. It had chicken inside. It was really tasty, honestly. It was pretty cheap. We just arrived at this other waterfall. It's not even a 10-minute walk from the other one, where we were earlier. And the drop of this one here is quite high and very beautiful, so it's very easy to get here. We have some stairs, but it's pretty quiet. And next to it, there's another waterfall. And there's a really nice little bridge here connected to the other one.
Unfortunately, we couldn't see the volcano behind the waterfall, so we decided to explore a bit more and came to see another waterfall that is about 40 minutes away from the first one. The view we had on the way was really beautiful. We passed near Merbalbo, which is the other volcano nearby, and it was totally worth it. And this waterfall we are at now is not very well known. We happened to find it here, and we didn't have to pay anything. So we have already hiked for about 10 minutes, and we can already hear the sound of the water.
So far, we haven't had to pay anything. I also think we won't have to pay because it's pretty well hidden. It's behind the property. Just let's see what it's like. After about 15 minutes on a very peaceful trail, we arrived. We can see the waterfalls from here, and this place is very beautiful.
Just arrived here at the waterfalls. And the view we have is just surreal. Very beautiful, really. And we passed through this forest, which is also very beautiful to get to it. And here it is right in front of us. And it's quite big and very beautiful. There are several waterfalls. Now I'm going to show you.
And we just arrived at another waterfall. We passed through the entrance, paid for the tickets, and arrived here. We can see it now, and this whole place is very beautiful. And apparently there's a viewpoint so we can see G2, and look how beautiful it is. Here, you have this structure built of wood, and from up there, we can have a much nicer view of the waterfall.
We are here to explore one of the most beautiful spots here. It's a waterfall that has simply a volcano behind it.
Unfortunately, the weather isn't very favorable today. We just arrived here and it's kind of cloudy. We can't see the volcano in the background. But the view we have from here is just incredible. Really very beautiful. And we paid quite cheaply. Around 400 reais for the two of us to be here.
Stay tuned because the place here is really beautiful.
We paid 11,000 rupees for the ticket so that both of us could enter here.
So, less than 4 rays for us to get in, and we have to pay an additional 5,000 for each one.
If we want to take photos in these two places here, one is this little fence.
And the other is this one back here. And there's none.
This fence too, having this here. So that we can have this view. We're getting closer to this viewpoint. And look how beautiful the view is that we have of the waterfall right down there.
Very nice. And this viewpoint is all made of wood. And right there. And in the background there was supposed to be a volcano, but unfortunately we can't see it today. and from up here we could see some people down there. And we asked here, people said that we can go down there, and we don't have to pay anything more for that. But it's a bit of a more difficult trail to go down there. But it's about 15 to 20 minutes to get there. We're going down there to the waterfall. Now, it's a little bit difficult. It's not a step, it's not a smooth concrete surface so that we can fall here and stop down there. It's about 20 minutes down. Very nice, right? And look, just who decided to show up. After a whole day of cloudy weather, a lot of rain here today, we were heading back home. It's because we thought the weather wasn't going to clear up anymore. But finally we were able to see the tip of it, and it looks like the weather is clearing up. Let's try to get a little closer. Like every good Brazilian, we don't give up easily. And we woke up feeling good. Early in the morning, the weather was very beautiful. Where are we staying? We decided to come back here, in the village of Nepal, and what happened? Cloudy weather again. But as soon as we arrived, we launched the drone. We were even able to get some cool shots. But then the weather got cloudy again, and it continued like that. The village is a bit dull. I think it looks prettier in photos and videos, but it's worth coming here. We finally arrived here in Nepal, Van Java, which is this very beautiful village located at the foot of the volcano. And this is a village. It's special because the little houses are all colorful. So we were able to fly the drone, we got some really cool shots, and we're going to show them to you here. This is the entrance to the village. We just arrived, and everywhere we look, we see people in these fields, and it's quite common in all places. Here, with the local inhabitants working in these areas.
Another day exploring Magelang. We got off to a good start today, early to explore a small village. It's another little village that's right here, very close. We saw online that there are some really beautiful places, especially with rice cultivation, which is quite common. And look, we stopped on the road. A very beautiful rice field with the people working here. We're going to try to lift the drone and see what it's like from above. We were passing through this very nice little street here, and we saw some women working in the rice field right next to us. So we decided to stop and ask them to take a picture with us. We also lifted the drone. It was a really good experience. Just like the people here mainly work in the rice fields, which are so common here. Like, the people here mainly work in the rice fields, which are so common here. We really like the result.
This is one of the rice fields where we saw the women working. And they are grown in water. And up ahead we can see that it's greener. It's because those are the bigger plants. Different from these here.
Rice cultivation is an ancient practice passed down from generation to generation to various Asian communities. It's no surprise that we could see various rice fields scattered across several cities in the country. And besides being one of the most consumed foods in the country, Indonesia is also one of the largest rice producers in the world. And besides being an economic source, the flooded rice fields have become true tourist spots, attracting people from various parts of the world for this purpose. And we can say with certainty that the rice fields are already part of the natural landscape of Indonesia, being, above all, the main source of income for various families living in the interior of the country. And here in Indonesia, it's the cheapest country we've traveled to in Southeast Asia. That's because everyone who comes here says that Thailand is very cheap, but less for our travel style. It's the one that's surpassing, aside from Singapore, which is much more expensive. Thailand was the second most expensive country we visited here. And it's no surprise that this country has won our hearts. We already had high expectations about coming here. But as soon as we arrived, the expectations were exceeded a lot. And all the places we visited here, all the people, they always try to help, even if they don't speak English. Everyone tries to be at least very helpful. And our martaba just arrived. We were waiting for the salty version. This here actually is quite different. But you saw several of these little cups here, and each one has a different flavor. Apparently it's just a little shell. She's like grilled. And this here is the martaba that we bought. We paid 18,000 rupiah, and it's a little dough that is fried. And on the inside, it's like a tortilla with vegetables.